Hey Jewel. Hey Jack. I have this stupid philosophy project to do.
Oh, what an opportunity to be phenomenological. What's it on?
Taoism or something like that?
What's Taoism? Oh, I'll tell you. Taoism is a religion and philosophy which originated in China and eventually spread to other Eastern Asian countries like Japan and Malaysia.
For more than 2,000 years, Taoism has been the central religious life of China. It incorporates aspects of Buddhism to produce a Zen component and ideologies of Confucianism. Roughly 12 million people practice the religion, but hundreds of millions of people across the world practice the philosophy. Taoism has little input on the problem of death or if there's an afterlife. It really just emphasizes living like yin and yang and having good morals. The two most read texts of Taoism view death as either returning to the original unity of the Tao or as nature running one of its many courses. The root Tao in Taoism means the way. There is no exact definition of the way, and the interpretation of the way is essentially the practice of Taoism. Tao is accompanied by two polar opposites, yin and yang. The black half of the symbol represents the yin, which signifies the negative, passive, feminine, and dark concepts, while the white half represents the yang, which signifies the opposite attributes such as positive, active, masculine, and light. However, in both, a piece of each's counterpart infiltrates the other. This represents how the two opposites are interconnected. Our textbook, World Religions, compares yin and yang to the negative and positive poles of magnetism, in that yin and yang are not really opponents, rather they complement each other. Without one, the other would make no sense, just as without west, east would be indescribable.
Wait, is the Wu-Tang part of Taoism?
Jacqueline, you're thinking of the Wu Wei.
Oh.
The concept Wu Wei is another central philosophy of Taoism. Our textbook compares Wu Wei to water in its ability to achieve without acting. A gently flowing stream can create a valley or a canyon merely by staying its course. This can be translated as doing without acting or non-action, and as something that stresses humility, non-competition, naturalness, naturalism, non-aggression, and passive rule. We read about the origins of Taoism in our textbook and learned that Taoism's main text, the Tao Te Ching, is said to have come from a man named Lao Tzu. Legend says that he was born in 604 BC and was conceived by a shooting star. When he was born, he was already 82 years old. Lao Tzu became appalled by the corruption of government. He left his home and went to Hangkou Pass in the western mountains between China and Tibet. The keep of the pass convinced him to write down his wisdom before departing. 3 days later, Lao Tzu handed him the Tao Te Ching and went on his way. Wow, the Tao Te Ching sounds really interesting.
Yeah, did you know its name translates to the Book of the Way?
Yeah, I did hear that. And it's apparently a text containing many paradoxes, serves as a guide to life, and tells you the way of the universe.
Wow, 81 chapters full of life advice? I need that book.
Wow, you're telling me.
I also heard that many Taoists choose specific verses from this book and meditate to them. Let's listen to this one popular verse.
There is an old saying, it is better to become the passive in order to see what will happen. It is better to retreat a foot than to advance only an inch. This is called being flexible while advancing, pushing back without using force, and destroying the enemy without engaging him. There is no greater disaster than underestimating your enemy. Underestimating your enemy means losing your greatest assets. When equal forces meet in battle, victory will go to the one that enters with the greatest sorrow.
Lao Tzu's successor and second founder of Taoism is Chuang Tzu. In his honor, there is a text named after him. It is not as widely used as the Tao Te Ching, but it is just as important. It also contains profound life lessons and stories similar to those found in the Tao Te Ching. Only parts of this text are actually written by Chuang Tzu himself, but his spirit and character is evident in all of its pages. The main theme is the relativity of things. It asks philosophical questions such as who defines what is right, who defines what is wrong, and it also challenges existence. Have you guys ever taken any yoga or meditation classes?
Yeah, we actually have. Did you know that it plays a big role in Taoist religion? We're actually on our way now. Do you want to come?
Sure! Taoism constantly reiterates that humans are a part of the grand harmony of nature. Due to the fact that the Tao is the way of everything, including nature, this lifestyle is necessary to humans. Tao is the only way for the individual to thrive and is the spiritual form of perfection. Once living a harmonious lifestyle is accomplished, an individual lives a life mastered by the sage, one who attains oneness with the Tao. The sage lives out a life with an undistracted mind in order to see the simple truth of the Tao. The sage avoids distraction by not straying away from the situation at hand. The Tao is always present. It is the way and there is no other. So living in accord with the Tao is a simple thing to do. But, because of the human condition, our minds often burden us with the inability to block out distraction. So the purpose of meditation is the generation, transformation, and circulation of inner energy. The purpose is to quiet the body and mind, unify body and spirit, find inner peace, and harmonize with the Tao. Some styles of Taoist meditation are specifically focused on improving health and giving longevity. Similarly, yoga provides a way to better understand our bodies. This merges two ancient healing traditions, which increase the vital energy moving into and circulating within our bodies. It helps us become aware of the subtleties of our body, breath, and mind, to understand their relationship to one another and nature, which help create a sense of wholeness and peace in our daily life. It helps to increase our physical flexibility as well as smoothness and depth of breathing. This helps to enhance every aspect of our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Thus, yoga is very helpful and practical in the Taoist religion.
That was such a relaxing yoga session. Now I'm hungry. I wonder what Taoists eat.
I'll show you. They eat a lot of natural foods. Taoism focuses on living a graceful long life, as well as harmony within every aspect of life. Because of this, a balanced and healthy diet is a very central concern. After all, you are what you eat. Therefore, it's important to maintain the physical body, which is referred to as the house of the soul. Most traditional Taoist dishes use only natural ingredients, most of which are classified as either yin or yang foods. Yin foods are foods that grow in the dark or in the ground, while yang foods grow in the sun and in the air. We prepared 2 dishes that exemplify traditional Taoist meals. Taoist foods, this is the kitchen spirit, which, like other deities and immortals, is a model in achieving Tao. These gods and spirits make it their duty to teach and redeem all creatures, and are therefore worshipped by Taoist followers.
These three purities were the supreme Taoist deities. They include the celestial worthy of primordial beginning, the celestial worthy of numinous treasure, and the celestial worthy of Tao and its virtue.
The Jade Emperor is believed to be the highest deity ruling the universe, lower only to the three purities, and parallel to the Emperor in the human world.
These are the four heavenly emperors. These include Gaochen, an emperor representing the constellations surrounding the polar star Ziwei, who is the emperor of North Polar Star, the great emperor of longevity of South Polar Star, and Haotu, the earth goddess. They each assist Jade Emperor in ruling the universe.
These are the three star gods, one of happiness, one of rank and affluence, and one of longevity.
The Father of Thunder is the spirit in charge of thunder. It is called Father for its masculinity. It can also be called Master of Thunder for the thunder spirit. The Mother of Lightning is the spirit in charge of lightning, and it is called Mother for its femininity. It can also be called the Sacred Mother of Golden Light or Lady Lightning. In ancient times, the worship in thunder and lightning was very important.
These are the three divine officials. The three divine officials are the official of heaven, the official of earth, and the official of water. It is said that the official of heaven bestows blessings, and that the official of earth pardons sins, and the official of water eliminates disasters.
Pictured here is a traditional Taoist temple. Although it's relatively simple, the pictures that are decorating the walls are representative of the deities or spirits that are currently being worshipped.
Lao Tzu was a really incredible man. He gave Taoism 9 principles to live every day by, and they're really practical.
I agree. Like his one that states that oneness is a holistic view and all existence is unified with principles. And the yin-yang symbol is the central thing that collectively gathers the universe.
And the manifestations of the Tao. This requires the Taoists to learn by observing concrete manifestations of larger universal forces and not rely upon speculation alone.
He also told us that the goal is contentment. The Tao Te Ching gives us advice on how to achieve contentment in everyday life.
I think it's really interesting that he views humanity and justice as our artificial values, because he thinks that humanity has become an artificial form of love and justice has just become punishment.
Wow.
He also claims that nature is unkind. Despite paternal representations that the natural world is an environment of polite coexistence, observed reality exhibits a harsher truth typified by the strong preying on the weak in the ever-present food chain.
He also focuses on the conflict between society and the individual. He warns people to avoid behaviors that only benefit the society at the expense of the individual.
Right, and with that he tells you to camouflage that self-interest a little bit because he doesn't want it to be caught up as this superficial selfishness.
He also focuses on making sure your goals are realistic and understanding that the human has limitations.
Another one is non-interference. His philosophy recommends dedicating all of one's energy towards achieving personal contentment and not wasting precious time interfering with others.
He was a really smart guy.
I know.
For sure.
Just as we have been using the 7 dimensions of religion to examine religions this year, this presentation covers the dimensions for Taoism. To wrap up, we'd like to summarize one more time what each of these components is. The experiential involves living in accord with the Tao as perfect by the sage. Their main myth is the legendary account of the birth and the life of Lao Tzu. The doctrinal dimension includes philosophy of Tao, Wu Wei, cosmology based on yin-yang. The ethical side of Taoism focuses on virtues of non-aggression and passive rule. In popular or religious Taoism, rituals include breathing exercises, and other techniques for the pursuit of immortality. Philosophical Taoism notably de-emphasizes ritual because ritual is not true to the way of nature. The social dimension is summarized by the quote, "Everybody must accumulate good virtues, do good deeds, and obey various kinds of social norms." In all kinds of classic scriptures, Taoism emphasizes that in addition to keeping away from bad deeds and helping others, one must also be loyal to his country, show respect to his parents, and avoid the selfishness of human nature. Finally, the most popular material dimension is the yin-yang symbol, which unifies the universe as a whole.
Thank you everyone for your attention, and we truly hope that you guys took something away from it, or at least enjoyed our video.
We just really want to reinforce the fact that Taoism focuses on self-contentment and really bettering oneself. So the activity we're about to do is going to relate to that, and hopefully it will be relevant in your lives today.
To show you what we're going to do, we'll show you a clip of a Taoist priest explaining the goal and how to do this activity. So, thank you again for your attention.
Well, we burn, materialize again. Burn is a positive thing. That's why we write petition to the gods and spirits. We burn it, and it goes right to the heavens. So that's our begging, asking, forgiveness, repent, all together. And wherever we want to get rid of this, actually you can use the practice yourself, kind of. If you don't like something negative, you can write it, look at it, think about it, contemplate, then read it into the garbage can. It's a good technique. And they use it, and actually the Chinese healers use it again all the time.